Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Blooming Good. My name is Janae. For those of you that don't know me, I live in Durban, South Africa, where it's quite hot and humid all the time. We don't really have cold winters here. So I grow all my orchids outside under shade cloth and on a pergola. I don't have a shade house or a hot house, if some people do. So if this appeals to you, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I just want to put the spotlight on this little cutie. It's a Sacrcochillus hartmanii. I bought this at one of the orchid shows quite a while back, and I was told you grow it like a vanda, but this is actually not true, because I've been growing it like a vanda, and as you can see, it is not very happy with me at all. I did read up on it a bit, and it does says the leaves do go brown, so I don't have to worry about that. But the leaves, if you look at it, even though I've had it in quite a bit of how can I say, a moisture loving area, you can see the leaves are not that great. It looks wrinkled, it looks dry, it just doesn't look happy. So I have decided now to actually mount this today. So I'm hoping it's going to save this orchid, and I just wanted to show you that is actually what the potential is if you grow it under the right conditions. Now, like I said, when I bought this orchid from the vendor, I'm not going to say its name, they did say that you grow it like a vanda, and it's not true at all. Vandas are sun-loving. Some of them can enjoy quite a bit of heat. They love humid conditions and so on. Yes, some of these conditions do pertain to the Sacrcochillus. Like, for instance, they need watering every day. They enjoy quite a bit of moisture. They don't like to dry out, but they don't like to be wet either. So they are lipophytic, which means they can grow on rocks, and they're epiphytes, which they grow on trees, like you can see here. This person's Sacrcochillus is actually mounted on a piece of bark, and you can actually have it in a pot as well, but then you have to make sure that your media does not dry out too quickly. Like I say, it prefers to be moist but not wet, like the Celia Bella that we discussed the other day. Similar conditions. They don't like to dry out, and they don't like to be wet either. But it's a cute little, I love the flowers. It's just so cute. Apparently it's actually a cool growing orchid. I think that's why I've been failing with this one, because like I said, I've been having it with my vandas where it gets quite a bit of morning sun, and it does get, I'd soaked it now. I just soaked it in a bit of very, very weak fertilizer just to give it a bit of a oomph. But yeah, so about the Sacrcochillus hartmanii, okay, to achieve this beautifulness, if there is such a word, beautifulness, to achieve this beauty, you can either mount them, like I said, and make sure that you water them every day. They prefer dappled light, and they're cool to warm growing. That's what I've been doing wrong. They're cool to warm growing, so which means after I've mounted this cutie patootie, I am gonna hang it where my Celia Bella is, and my Zygo and my Psychopsis, because they are all in that class. Okay, I'm just showing you these all the beautiful flowers, because yeah, mine does not look that great, so I don't want to give you the wrong impression. So I'm hoping that mine, by mounting it, it will bring it back to its former glory and actually look like this. So that's the goal, not the sad state of this poor baby. Yeah, but anyway, so yes, like I said, they actually they belong to Australia, northern Australia, to northern Tasmania, and like I said, they enjoy cool to warm growing. they grow on rocks, they grow on trees. What else did I read up upon them? They like a moisture. They like dappled sunlight. If you're worried about sunlight, they actually need bright light. You can get away with that as well. Okay. The other thing that they need is they need cold. In order to give you these beautiful blooms right here, they need the cold to actually get them to spike flowers, okay, to produce flowers. So they're similar to the dendrobiums that I have, like nobiles. They need that cold spike to actually encourage the blooms. So similar with this. That's why I said I'm not very happy with this little one, because I've been treating it like a vanda, because I was told to treat it like a vanda, and I should have just done my homework from the start. Sorry, there's a little bit of a bark here, a bit of from the sphagnum moss. So yeah, so I've soaked some sphagnum moss. I'm going to be using some of Tammy's mounts today, and I'm going to mount this little one on here. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. And it can also, another comparison with vandas is that they also enjoy feeding. So you need to feed them weekly as well. So yeah, and you can soak them 2 minutes, for about 2 minutes, maybe twice a week. Yeah, so they're similar to vandas. I soak my vandas once a week, when I have time. Otherwise the sprinklers go on every day, but I used to soak mine at least every Sunday, but I have got too many now, so it takes me about 2 days just to do the vandas. So it's too much, so I just leave the sprinklers on for quite some time now. And then obviously I feed them afterwards, because the vanda roots need to be wet. Like they really need to be wet for the pores I'll call it pores. I know it's not the right term, I'm sorry, but for the pores in their roots to open up and to receive the food. That's how I was explained how vanda roots work. So I have to read up on the right terminology. I'm so sorry that I'm calling it pores, but I know it's not called pores. But yeah, so you need to water your vandas really well, and then you feed them afterwards, so they'll take up all that nutrients, and yeah. So same with this. So you water them frequently. Okay, so in the winter you can water them once a week, I'd say, and then like in your summer months, at least daily, to make sure that they don't dry out. Yeah. So yeah, and then you feed them weekly. So they're also hungry feeders like the vanda. So yeah, they are similar, but not quite. Okay. So yeah. So if this pertains, if you have cool to warm growing, then this is for you. I think it will look beautiful in your garden. You can grow them outside on a windowsill. They say you can also pot them in potting soil with a bit of sphagnum moss and perlite mixture, very light mixture, and then you can put them on put your terracotta pot on top of a bed of rocks, like a container with rocks in it, and then obviously you put some water on the rocks, and you can put your container on just to get that bit of extra humidity type of thing. So if you want to grow it like that, you can. But my house is too cold. I've got tiles throughout, and my house is quite cool. So yeah, it will grow, but like I say, as you can see, it's not happy in the house. So I'm going to be mounting it on one of Tammy's beautiful ceramics, and then I'll just do a short afterwards, because I need both my hands to do that. Okay guys, so that's me. I just wanted to share this beautiful Sacrcochillus hartmanii. I'm a bit worried because I read on one website, I can't remember which website it was now, that Australia has now declared this as endangered because of where did I see it? I don't want to tell you nonsense. Let me just see if I can get out of here. I read it on one of these websites. I don't want to tell you nonsense. I think it might have been this one. I think this one. I read it earlier. Because, when I buy orchids, I like to ask the growers, how you grow the orchid and so on and so on. So when they told me you grow it you treat it like you would treat a vanda, I've been doing that. And then, yeah, and then I wasn't happy on this. It's just deteriorating. So I thought, no, let me read up and see what the heck's going on. Then I see it says cool to warm growing and so on and so on. So here it says, there we go, vulnerable, under conservation. Can you see there? It says orchid is classified as vulnerable due to illegal collecting and weed invasion. So, gosh, I don't want to kill this little one. Yeah, I'm a newbie. Well, you can call me a newbie. I've been growing orchids for 4 years, but I'm not a professor or like how do you call it? Oh, my English is failing me today, guys. Like an horticulturalist or something like that. I'm new at this. I read up on things that I don't know, and like I said, I've been given the advice how to grow this Sacrcochillus hartmanii, and it's not happy. So I decided today, no, I need to do something about this beautiful plant, and I decided to read up, and then I found all this information, which I want to kick myself for not listening to my gut, and read up on things first. Don't just believe whatever somebody tells you, So that's my advice for you guys. Yes, ask the grower how they grow it, but then do go home and also quarantine your orchids. Don't just put them out with your new stuff. Quarantine your orchids and read up, read, and look at your own environment. My environment is super hot, super humid. I'm inside today because it's raining, but it is hot. I'm sitting here in baggies and a sleeveless top, and I am like sweating. It is so hot in here. And the windows are open and the fan is on. So yeah. So guys, I don't like to show my face because, like I said, I'm drenched. I'm totally drenched in sweat. So that's not a very nice picture to see. So as you can see, I've got all my tools out here today. Oh yes, I wanted to show you guys this. This is Dana root. A lot of people have been asking me what I spray on my orchids after I've mounted it. So I take the tip of a teaspoon of this Dana root. A little bit more than a tip. Okay, but not a half a teaspoon. Okay, I've got, this is I think number 1. I've got number 3 as well. So I just alternate between the two, whichever I get my hands on first. So I've got number 1 and there's a number 3 as well. It's for 75 Rand. And like I say, I just take the tip of the teaspoon, or you can, it's less than half a spoon. Okay, then I put it in a 75 ml spray bottle. Then I take a teaspoon of either honey or I take molasses. So I do that, and then I fill up the bottle. I give it a really good shake and I spray it all over my orchid, but especially you concentrate on the root area. I spray it at least twice a week. It depends how hot it is. I can even go out and do it 3 times a week. And then just until you see new root growth, because it just boosts the orchid, because it's quite a shock after you've repotted it, it's not, so that's what I do, just to make sure that they are attaching well and they pushing out new roots after I've mounted it. And I also do it with my rescue orchids. People give me rescue orchids, like someone gifted them something and it's not growing well, and then they wait for it to almost die before they give it away. And then they come here and they say, oh, I heard you keep orchids. Can you please try and revive this orchid? But here you can have it, but try and at least, So this is what I've been doing. and it works. You know, I have to be honest, I have lost a few like that, because like I said, they wait until the last minute before they come and ask for help. But yeah, but most of them I do save. But yeah, so this is what I use, guys. It's Diner Root. You can get it at, if you local, at Builders. I think Haparama might sell it, I'm not 100% sure, but I just get it from Builders. I'm sure Gravida sells it. Maybe your nurseries. I've never really checked at Blackwoods, but I'm sure they do actually sell it there. But yeah, I just take that and I mix it with the molasses or honey, whatever you have in the cupboard. And you know where I saw this? When I just started out, I watched a Japanese guy. It was on YouTube, and he was showing how to mount keikis onto bark and stuff. And this is what he used. So then I thought, oh wow, cool. And yeah, and I've been using it ever since, and it works for me. So yes, guys. Well, I hope it works for you. I don't know if this is 75 Rand anymore. It might be a bit more now, because like I said, I've been using it for quite some time. And like I say, you just use the tip of, a little bit more than the tip, like a third maybe of the spoon. I should actually go get a spoon and show you, but you know what I mean. Let's see if there is a spoon here. Sorry guys, I'm just like reaching into my box there. You can see I got my whole crate here with my stuff. Oh, you know, and I've got some plants soaking there that I'll be, see, my babies are sleeping all over. Shame piece. Yeah, okay. So let me just open this, sorry. Right, just to show you the amount of root hormone that I use when I mix. So about that much. So I use that much of root hormone, okay, in the 75 ml spray bottle. So I use that much of root hormone with a teaspoon of honey, and you fill it up with water, give it a good shake, and then you spray it twice a week, and off you go. Yeah, it just helps your plants. So that's what I do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this Sacrcochillus hartmanii. Like I say, I hope I didn't kill it. I'm quite worried now that it's a protected species now, and I really hope it survives. You know, can you see the leaves look leathery? And yet I do give it water at least three to 4 times a week, and it's been in the house. You know, it gets beautiful morning sun, but now it says dappled sun, but mostly actually bright light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it just like my Celia Bella. I'm going to hang it that side of the garden as well, because it's very airy, very cool there. It gets bright light, no direct sunlight. And I have to make sure my Celia Bella doesn't dry out and my Zygo doesn't dry out. So yeah, I'm going to put the same type of, the orchids that need the same care, I'm going to group them together and keep them together like that. So that's me. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this little segment of my Sacrcochillus, Sacrcochillus hartmanii, and I'll keep you guys up to date. I hope it does improve. Really, I do. I'll be gutted if it does. Anyway, guys, enjoy your Saturday. I'll be mounting all my brassavolas today. There. Sorry, I'm in the library, as you can see. I'm sitting in my library because my study is full of books. Like I said, I'm trying to study for exams, but I've been in the garden more than anything else. I have to be honest. I haven't really spent time in my books, but yeah. Yeah, so those will be mounted today. This one here, Tammy gifted me as she split her orchid, and I've been soaking it because it, as you can see, it's the roots are quite bare. So yeah, I'll be soaking it again, and then I'm going to mount it and put some root hormone on there, and yeah, hope for the best. Hey, Cool, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a fabulous day. And I hope you learned something with me, as I've learned something about this orchid today, that it's a protected species. And if anything, if you go away with this, go away with the knowledge of, not the knowledge, but how can I say, sorry, like I said, English is not my first language. With the advice, there we go, with the advice of, yes, ask your grower how to grow it, but also do your own homework. Don't just believe what whoever tells you. Do your own research. Look at your own environment and see what's what for yourself. Don't just take anything, don't take it for granted that, oh, this person said, you must grow this thing like this, this is how they grow it at home. Their environment might be totally different to yours. Like mine, I've got such a hot, humid environment because I live next to a river. Like I said, it's raining today and I'm sweating. It is very, very humid. So, you're just like 10 minutes down the road, totally different environment. So you must look at your own garden, look at your space that you have, the conditions, and read, and then go from there. Okay, so yeah, that's the advice I can give you today. In any case, guys, happy growing. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm off to do mounting, and then I'll do a little bit of shorts in between just to show you how I go. And don't forget, when you guys mount, use your alcohol to spray your scissors and your shears, and if you trim your roots, don't forget to sterilize your environment. I've already sprayed I know this table thing looks terrible, but it doesn't come clean anymore. I've wiped it down. I've sprayed it with alcohol. This is just water. Oh, chips. This is just water from this plant because I soaked it a bit. But yeah, so don't forget to clean your shears and things, sprayed with alcohol, so in case there's a hoho on one of the plants, you don't transfer it to the next plant. Okay, guys, happy growing. Enjoy your Saturday. Cheers for now. Please like and subscribe. If there's any questions, if you battle with anything, I'm happy to help read up on information, or even ask the guys in my orchid group, if I can help you with some advice. Okay. But the best thing I ever did is join an orchid club, because they are so knowledgeable and so helpful. There's not one nasty person in our orchid club. Everybody is so willing to help the next person with some advice and try this and try. Do you know my boba film that I bought? Sorry, I'm like going off the track now. That boba I had that I complained that never ever flowered for 4 years. I've had that thing for 4 years. It has never ever flowered, and I was complaining bitterly at the orchid club. And then our chairman Jimmy, he said, bring it to the club. Even Lance, he said, bring it to the club. Let's have a look at it and let's see what we can come up with. Anyway, I took it to the club. They all looked at it. They saw the leaves were very, very green. They said, no, it's not getting enough light, and I just need to move it a little bit. So I said, but it's in a space where it gets enough light. They said, no, it needs more light. So I said, okay, fine. Then I watered it that morning. They said my substrate was too wet. But then I said, no, I did water it in the morning, so they were happy with that. So that one also it mustn't dry out completely, but it mustn't be too wet either. So it's similar conditions. Anyway, so I took their advice, and believe you me, I just moved the pot. It's in a very shallow, like a dish type of thing. I literally only moved it like 10 centimeters forward so it gets more bright light, and lo and behold, it flowered. I promise you, I kid you not. So that's what I'm saying, guys. It's well worth it to join an orchid club. They are so knowledgeable, and there's always somebody willing to part with knowledge, and yeah. Okay, I've lectured enough now. Please like and subscribe. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon. I'm sorry I don't want to show my face because, like I said, the water is literally dripping down the sides of my face, and I don't like cameras. I'm not a very photogenic somebody. But you know, I'm not as pretty as Melissa and Blanca and Nelson and them. You know, they quite camera. You know, they look good on camera. But in any case, guys, like and subscribe. Enjoy your Saturday. See you guys soon. Bye bye.